So, you've got big dreams, right? You want success, a fulfilling life, and to turn your visions into reality. But there's one problem: procrastination. You know what you should be doing, yet you don't do it. This leads to guilt because deep down, you know you're capable of so much more. Over time, that guilt becomes resignation, and then January rolls around, bringing the same recycled resolutions. You start strong, fueled by motivation, but soon procrastination back in, like that one nosy relative who just won't take a hint. Days turn into weeks, and suddenly you've labeled yourself as lazy. Here's the question: how do we break free from this cycle? Sure, there are tons of videos online that talk about deleting social media, removing distractions, or setting timers. While these tips can work for a while, they only scratch the surface. They don't address the real issue, the root cause of procrastination. You want to know the real culprit? Inertia. Inertia, as defined by Newton's first law of motion, is the tendency for things at rest to stay at rest, and things in motion to stay in motion, unless acted upon by an external force. The same principle applies to procrastination. Getting started on any task takes energy to overcome that initial resistance. The problem? We tend to overthink the first step, turning it into a massive obstacles in our minds. Instead of tackling it, we distract ourselves with quick hints of dopamine from scrolling, gaming, or binge watching. Now, here's the solution. Let us break the inertia. Breaking free from procrastination starts with overcoming that initial resistance, and here's how. Number one, start small or lower the stakes. The bigger the task seems, the harder it is to start, so shrink it down. Instead of saying, I need to write 5,000 word essay, say, I'll just write 50 words. Instead of thinking, I need to organize the entire closet, think, I'll sort through just one shelf. By setting a smaller, more manageable goal, you lower the mental barrier. It feels achievable, and that's often you need to get started. Number two, use the 2-minute rule. Tell yourself, I'll do this just for 2 minutes. Don't feel like cleaning your room? Put on a song and clean until the music stops. Don't want to exercise? Do just 2 minutes of stretches. Here's the trick. Once you start, you're likely to keep going. That's inertia working in your favor. Objects in motion stays in motion. Why this works? Once you overcome that initial resistance, it gets easier to keep going. Think of it like pushing a ball uphill. The first few moments are tough, but once you gain momentum, you'll hit a point where the task feels like work and more like flow. Now, here's the final thoughts. You don't have to tackle everything at once. As Martin Luther King Jr. wisely said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. The secret to breaking the procrastination isn't about grand gestures or relying on fleeting motivation. It's about small, consistent actions that build momentum over time. So, the next time your procrastination knocks, remember, reduce the stakes, take a tiny steps, and watch the inertia shifts in your favor. Now, here's the call to action. Start right now. What's one tiny steps you can take toward your goal today? Let me know in the comments below, and let's crush the procrastination together.